is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle, and we just heard it, and that means it's time for football at Lumen Field. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Shamrocks of St. Louis taking on the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they've been the talk of the NFL so far. 9 wins in their first 9 games.
And some people subscribe to the theory that a loss might not be the worst thing for them. They've had it easy all year long. How would they do handling adversity?
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So the Seahawks ready to take over on offense, and it is a first-time Pro Bowler who leads them out, Charles, in his 11th year now, Geno Smith.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally, kept the ball clean, and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though, they trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
Here's Walker to start the drive, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers on the ground for Walker a week ago. 11 carries, 51 yards.
When a winning streak stretches this far, you start to wonder if a team is truly unstoppable. And here's a guy who's been very much the legs that have helped drive this team to wins week after week. And even when teams have keyed on him and tried to slow him down, he's still gotten the job done enough to avoid a loss. Talking with him in pregame, though, he thinks that this week could be his biggest week yet.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Now Geno. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. When you look at this defense, against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Smith on 3rd down. That is caught. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Smith throwing again. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now it's Smith. That's complete to Disley, the tight end.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
Smith. And incomplete.
No receivers open, so who's forced to put that one into Puget Sound? That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers, and ultimately, a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And he missed it. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
I'm about to say something that seems really obvious. But you hate to see your kicker miss on the opening drive because now you're starting to wonder what goes through his head. Is that going to affect him the rest of the game? Is he going to be able to bounce back? You want to show confidence later? What's going to go on with him right out of the gate with a miss?
Yeah, a chance to grab the 3-0 lead here at home. Instead, we remain scoreless. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and he'll leave it with a 3rd and 3. All right, Charles, we've spoken about this offense plenty, how great they've been all year. 9-0 now, into the back half of the season. Super Bowl favorites, without a doubt. I think everyone agrees on that. What do you think is the thing that most stands between them and a perfect season?
I think it's themselves. I think it's their team, how they approach things, how they conduct themselves during the week, practicing, getting ready, and then going out and playing. Can't take your foot off the gas pedal at this stage. Doesn't matter if it's a weak team you're playing or not. Look, when I talk with one of the best golfers of all time, he told me he never played against the field. He just played against himself and his own standard.
They'll run on first down with Akers. Making a stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Now 2nd and 9. And now they'll throw with Lance. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. We're scoreless after 1. St. Louis football here to begin quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Akers, touchdown. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Jamin Davis, the one to get up from his linebacker spot and make that play. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery. They'll give this to Akers running right. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
This is caught, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. They'll run here with Akers. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Cam Akers with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Shamrocks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and that'll make the score 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed? Are they kind of right where you thought that they would? Walker hit and the ball is out. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose, and is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now Smith. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Gino now to throw. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right, and as they breathe a sigh of relief, you know they're looking.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick-6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders, it's not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick-6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT. And it is now 21-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Smith. He completes this to Walt. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. It's going the other way. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
They'll run out of the gun with Akers. Oh, he shifts past him. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll go again here with Akers. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They work now on 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Lance. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and the defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. 2nd and a couple. Smith now to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now Gino on first down. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, Smith. And this a quick slant to Lockett. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it, because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak. And
now the rookie's free. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, Lance. This is Smith with a grab. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. On first down, Lance. That's out to the flat for Akers. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Blankenship's kick is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. Well, they got the turnover and were able to drive it down, Charles, but ultimately in the end, the defense holds up, and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points. Because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. Welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Waddle will return this from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
They're going option play on third down. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down. And Lance going to throw. Flush to his right. He's got his target. That's complete. They can't tackle him. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
Now, that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on third down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
This 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
In motion left goes a tight end. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. A beautiful fake. 52 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Meanwhile, Lance's throw complete here, pulled in by Howard. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. Smith catches left side. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23. Lance now on first down. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Here's Lance to throw it. Quick hitter here. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Cam Akers taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Shamrocks take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Here's Moore. He will return it. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. Walker now on 1st and 10. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Holding offense.
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough for us.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Final minute now of the third quarter. To throw on second down is Smith. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Still going inside the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick six is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Hey, go flip her up, flip her up.
Throwing now is Geno. Catch is made by Metcalf. That one good for 26 and a first down. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
And complete to Smith and Jigba. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So a mistake there, Charles, from the rookie pass rusher.
And oftentimes when you make the jump from college to the NFL, you have to adjust to the rules. But in this case, the rule's no different than in college. Once the ball's gone, you can't continue on and get your shot in. That's one where you have to have some discipline. And even though he's a rookie, he really should know better.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 10 more there and another first down. Now Geno. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Geno Smith, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the first down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
It's caught. Smith. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 25 yards that time. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Jamal Adams coming up from his safety spot to make the play. Off of play action, here's Lance. And his throw is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
There he goes left side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Blankenship out for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was Trey Lance taking it in himself to cap the drive with a touchdown run. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. Left side complete to Lockett. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Geno now to throw. This is Fant on the short completion. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line.
Back to throw, Smith. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Quan Martin. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. On the return, it's Eskridge, and he'll bring it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Smith. Throw out wide to Walker. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
Now Smith. And he's got it. A gain of 7 that time. Second and goal.
A gain of 7 brings up second.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice. Obviously, you're training